Beamy, 34 years old, work as a senior project manager for a mid-sized logistics software company called Strato Systems. Have been with the company for 7 years. Started as a junior developer and worked my way up the ladder through sleepless nights and endless caffeine. The job is stressful but rewarding. I make a good salary and own a nice apartment in the city. My team is solid. We are a group of 12 developers and analysts who actually like each other. We have happy hour drinks on Fridays and cover for each other when family emergencies happen. Life is good. Life is stable. Then the board of directors decides we need a fresh perspective in upper management. Enter Veronica. Veronica is hired as the new vice president of operations. She comes from a massive tech conglomerate known for ruthless efficiency. First time I meet her is in a general all-hands meeting. She is wearing a tailored gray suit that probably costs more than my car. She stands at the podium with perfect posture and a smile that does not reach her eyes. She talks about trimming the fat and optimizing human capital. My stomach churns. Corporate buzzwords are rarely a sign of good things to come. 2 weeks later, she calls a meeting with all the department heads. I sit next to Marcus. Marcus is one of my team leads. He is 55 years old. He has been with the company since it was founded in a garage. He knows the legacy code better than anyone else alive. He is also the highest paid member of my team because he is worth every penny. Veronica enters the conference room. She does not say hello. She connects her laptop to the projector and brings up a spreadsheet. It is a list of employees color-coded by salary and tenure. She points to the red section. Marcus is in the red section, so is Evan. Evan is a younger guy, maybe 28. He is brilliant but vocal. He questions authority if the logic does not hold up. Veronica taps the screen with a laser pointer. These individuals are costing us too much regarding return on investment, she says. I raise my hand. Veronica, Marcus is the backbone of our legacy system. If we lose him, we lose the ability to service our 3 biggest clients. She looks at me like I am a bug on her windshield. Julian, is it? She asks. Everyone is replaceable. We need to modernize. Old code and old ways of thinking are holding us back. I try to argue, but she cuts me off. This is not a debate. I expect a plan to phase out these redundancies by the end of the quarter. I leave the meeting feeling sick. I go to my office and close the door. I look out the window at the city skyline. I feel the heavy weight of responsibility. Marcus has 2 kids in college. Evan just bought his first house with his fiancée. I decide to fight for them. Over the next month, I document everything. I track their performance metrics. I show that Marcus resolved 40 critical tickets in the last sprint. I show that Evan developed a patch that saved the company $50,000 in server costs. I compile a report and schedule a one-on-one with Veronica. I walk into her office with my binder of evidence. Her office is cold. The air conditioning is set to Arctic levels. She is typing on her phone and does not look up when I sit down. Make it quick, Julian, she says. I open the binder. I have the performance reviews for the employees you flagged. The data shows that firing them would be a net loss for the company. She finally looks up. Her eyes are like ice. You do not get it, do you? She says softly. This is not about tickets or patches. This is about culture fit. Culture fit, I ask. We are pivoting. We need a younger, more dynamic look. We need people who are hungry, not people who are comfortable. She leans forward. Marcus is an old man in a young man's game, and Evan, he is a liability. He asks too many questions. Those are not legal reasons to fire someone, I say. The room goes silent. The silence stretches for 10 seconds. She smiles that cold smile again. We are an at-will employer, Julian. We can terminate employment for any reason as long as it is not a protected class. We will label it a restructuring, position elimination. She closes my binder and slides it back to me. You have two choices. You can deliver the news and help me build the new team. Or you can join them in the unemployment line. I walk out of her office shaking. I go home to my wife, Alina. Alina is making pasta in the kitchen. She sees my face and turns off the stove. What happened? She asks. I tell her everything. I tell her about the ultimatum. I tell her I want to quit in protest. Alina holds my hands. Julian, we have the mortgage. We are trying for a baby. You cannot lose this job right now. She is right. We need the insurance. We need the stability. I feel like a coward. The next day is a Tuesday. It is raining. The sky is a dark, bruised purple. I call Marcus into my office first. He walks in with a mug of coffee. Hey boss, what's up? He asks cheerfully. I cannot look him in the eye. Sit down, Marcus. He sees my expression and his smile fades. He sits down slowly. Is it bad? He asks. Human Resources is restructuring the department, I say. They are eliminating the legacy specialist position. Marcus stares at me. After 15 years, he whispers, I fought for you, Marcus. I swear to God I fought for you. He nods slowly. He looks down at his coffee mug. I know you did, Julian. This smells like the new VP. He stands up. How long do I have? Effective immediately. They are giving you 3 months of severance. He laughs bitterly. 3 months for 15 years. He walks out of the office. I watch him pack his box through the glass walls. He takes a picture of his family. He takes his lucky stapler. He leaves his potted plant. Next is Evan. Evan does not take it quietly. This is nonsense, he shouts. My numbers are the best in the team. I know, Evan, I say. It is that witch, isn't it? Veronica, keep your voice down, I warn him. Do not give them a reason to contest your severance. Evan glares at me. You are letting this happen. I thought you had a spine, Julian. That cuts deep. Evan storms out. He does not pack a box. He just grabs his jacket and leaves. The office is quiet for the rest of the day. The other team members keep their heads down. They know something bad has happened. The atmosphere has shifted from a family to a factory. Over the next few weeks, Veronica brings in her own people. They are all young. They are all fresh out of university. They are all willing to work 80 hours a week for a lower salary. They dress well. They use the right buzzwords. But the code quality drops. Bugs start slipping into production. Clients start complaining. I try to mitigate the damage. I work late every night fixing the mistakes the new hires make. Veronica calls me into her office for a monthly review. Morale seems low, Julian, she says. People are afraid, I tell her. They saw what happened to Marcus and Evan. Fear is a good motivator, she says. It keeps people sharp. She hands me a document. We need to do another round next month. I want you to identify 3 more males who are over the median salary range. I freeze. Only males, I ask. She waves her hand dismissively. It just so happens that the highest earners are males. It is a coincidence, just give me the names. I go back to my desk. Something clicks in my brain. This is not just about money. This is targeted. I remember the spreadsheet from the first meeting. I realize I never deleted the copy she emailed to me before she realized her mistake. I check my archived emails. There it is. The spreadsheet has a column for demographic impact. Next to Marcus and Evan, there were notes. Marcus, age barrier resists culture shift. Evan, aggressive potential dominance issue. I start digging deeper. I look at the hiring patterns since Veronica started. She has hired 10 new people. 8 are female, 2 are male, but they are interns. She is systematically removing experienced men and replacing them. I realize I am sitting on a bomb. I print the emails, I print the spreadsheets. I put them in my briefcase. I do not tell anyone. 2 months pass, the company is struggling. The legacy system crashes. We do not have Marcus to fix it. We lose a major client. Veronica blames me. You are not managing the team effectively, she says in a board meeting. We lost the knowledge base when we fired Marcus, I say calmly. That is an excuse, she snaps. A good manager adapts. That afternoon, I get a call on my personal cell phone. It is a number I do not recognize. I answer it in the stairwell. Hello, Julian. It is Marcus. Hey, Marcus. How are you? I have been better. Listen, I need to tell you something. Evan and I have hired a lawyer. My heart stops. Okay. We are suing for wrongful termination and discrimination. We know about the pattern, Julian. Why are you telling me this? I ask. Because our lawyer wants to subpoena you. You are going to be called to testify. I lean against the concrete wall. I see. I know you are a good guy, Julian, Marcus says. I know you were just following orders, but we need the truth. I hang up. I go back to my desk. I feel sick, but also strangely relieved. The subpoena arrives a week later. Veronica calls me into her office immediately. The corporate lawyer is there. His name is Henderson. He looks like a shark in a human suit. Julian, we need to discuss your testimony, Henderson says. What about it? I ask. You fired Marcus and Evan for performance reasons. That is the official stance. But that is not true, I say. Their performance was excellent. Veronica glares at me. Julian, do not be naive. If you admit that, you are admitting that you fired them wrongfully. You will be liable too. Henderson nods. We will protect you, Julian. But we need a united front. You simply need to state that they were struggling to adapt to new technologies. They are asking me to perjure myself. They are asking me to lie under oath. I look at Veronica. She looks confident. She thinks she owns me. She thinks I am too scared of losing my paycheck to fight back. I understand, I say. I walk out. I do not agree to lie. I just say I understand. I call my friend Sarah. Sarah is a labor lawyer. We meet for coffee at a diner far away from the office. I show her the documents I printed. I show her the spreadsheet with the demographic impact column. Her eyes go wide. Julian, this is dynamite. This proves intent. What should I do? I ask. If you lie in that deposition, you are committing a crime, and if they find this evidence later, you will go down with the ship. So I tell the truth, you tell the truth. And you bring these documents. Veronica will fire me, I say. Let her try, Sarah says. Retaliation against a witness is illegal. If she fires you for telling the truth in a deposition, we will own that company. The day of the deposition arrives. It is held in a conference room at a fancy law firm downtown. Marcus and Evan are there. They look tired. Evan looks angry. Veronica is there with Henderson. She winks at me before we start. She actually winks. The court reporter swears me in. The plaintiff's lawyer is a sharp woman named Mrs. Gable. She starts with basic questions. Name, title, tenure. Then she gets to the meat of it. Mr. Julian, why was Marcus terminated? I look at Veronica. She is staring at me intensely. Her eyes are telling me to stick to the script. I look at Marcus. He is looking at his hands. I take a deep breath. He was terminated because Veronica, the vice president of operations, ordered me to fire him. Henderson shifts in his seat. Was this termination based on performance? Mrs. Gable asks. No, I say. Veronica gasps audibly. Henderson kicks me under the table. Can you elaborate? Mrs. Gable asks. Marcus was the top performer on my team. I presented data to Veronica showing his value. She rejected it. Did she give a reason? She said he was an old man in a young man's game and that we needed to change the culture fit. Veronica slams her hand on the table. This is a lie, she shouts. Henderson grabs her arm. Quiet, he hisses. Mrs. Gable smiles. Mr. Julian, do you have any evidence to support this claim? I reach into my bag. I pull out the folder. I have the original restructuring spreadsheet Veronica emailed me. It includes notes on age and gender for the targeted employees. Henderson's face turns pale white. He looks at the document. He looks at Veronica. He realizes his client has withheld evidence. Veronica looks like she is about to vomit. I hand the copies to the court reporter. Exhibit A, Mrs. Gable says. The deposition ends an hour later. Henderson drags Veronica out of the room. He is yelling at her in the hallway. Marcus walks up to me. He shakes my hand. Thank you, Julian. You risked everything. It was the right thing to do, I say. I go back to the office. My keycard still works. I sit at my desk. I wait for the axe to fall. But it does not fall today. Veronica is not in the office. Rumors start flying. 2 days later, the CEO, David, comes to my floor. David is a distant figure. We rarely see him. He walks straight to my desk. Julian, come with me, he says. The entire office watches. We go to the executive boardroom. Henderson is there, so is the head of human resources. Veronica is not there. David looks tired. We have reviewed the transcript of your deposition, David says, and we have reviewed the documents you provided. I sit quietly, my heart is pounding. Is what you said true? David asks. Every word, I say. Did you know that keeping those documents was a violation of company data policy? The HR head asks. David holds up a hand to silence her. Stop it, David says. He saved us from a much bigger lawsuit down the line by being honest now. David looks at me. Veronica has been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. We are settling with Marcus and Evan. I nod. What happens to me? I ask. We cannot have you working here right now, David says. My stomach drops. We are putting you on paid leave for 2 weeks while we sort this mess out. We need to interview your team. We need to verify your story. I go home. Those 2 weeks are agonizing. I do not know if I have a job. Alina tells me I did the right thing. I spend time fixing things around the apartment. I try to relax, but I cannot. Then I see the news. It is a tech blog. Stratos Systems sued for age and gender discrimination. VP exposed in leaked emails. The story has gone public. Someone leaked the deposition transcript. It was not me, probably Evan. The internet goes wild. Veronica's face is everywhere. People are digging up her history at her previous companies. It turns out she has done this before. She has a pattern of purging older male employees. Comment sections are brutal. Investors are pulling out. Stratos Systems stock takes a hit. David calls me on a Monday morning. Can you come in? He asks. I put on my suit. I drive to the office. There are reporters outside the building. I sneak in through the back. I go to David's office. Veronica's nameplate has been removed from her door. David is drinking scotch at 10 in the morning. It is a bloodbath out there, he says. I say, Veronica is gone, fired for cause gross misconduct. He pours me a glass. We settled with Marcus and Evan, large sums. Marcus is retiring comfortably. Evan is starting his own consultancy. Good for them, I say. We need to rebuild, David says. The board is furious. Our reputation is in tatters. He looks at me. You stood up for your team. You kept the receipts. You told the truth even when it was dangerous. He slides a paper across the desk. We want you to take Veronica's job. I stare at him. What? Not the VP title yet, but acting director of operations. You know the systems, you know the people, and apparently you have a moral compass, which is something we are severely lacking. I want full autonomy, I say. Excuse me, if I take the job, I want control over hiring and firing. No more quotas, no more culture fit nonsense. We hire based on merit, we keep people based on performance. David nods. Done. And I want to rehire the people Veronica fired. If they want to come back, do you think they will? Probably not, but I have to try. I take the job. The first thing I do is call a department meeting. I stand at the podium where Veronica stood. I do not wear $1,000 suit. I wear my rolled-up shirt sleeves. Things are going to be different, I tell them. We are going to value experience. We are going to value hard work. I do not care who you are, how old you are, or what you look like. If you write good code, you have a home here. The applause is genuine. I reach out to the people Veronica fired. Most have moved on. But I managed to bring back 2 of the senior analysts. Marcus comes in for lunch one day. He looks 10 years younger. He is tanned and relaxed. I heard you are the boss now, he says. Trying to be, I say. You did good, kid. You cleaned house. We discover that the toxic culture Veronica installed was deep. She had secret policies about promoting only certain demographics. She had filters on the resume intake system that flagged graduation dates to filter out older candidates. I dismantle it all. I work with HR to rewrite the handbook. We create a new policy, the Merit and Integrity Initiative. It explicitly bans the kind of demographic targeting Veronica used. It puts checks and balances on executive firing power. It establishes an anonymous whistleblower line that actually goes to a third-party law firm, not internal HR. 6 months later, the company has stabilized. Our stock is recovering. The new team is a mix of old guard and new blood. The mentorship program is thriving. Young developers are learning from the veterans. The veterans are learning new tech from the young developers. It is exactly the synergy Veronica talked about, but achieved through respect instead of fear. I am in my office late one night. An email pops up. It is from a recruiter on LinkedIn. Dear Julian, I represent a major tech firm. We have heard about your turnaround at Stratos. We are looking for a chief operating officer. I look at the salary. It is double what I make now. I look at my team outside the glass walls. They are laughing. They are ordering pizza. They are working hard because they want to, not because they are scared. I reply to the recruiter. Thank you for the offer, but I have unfinished business here. I close my laptop. I go out and grab a slice of pizza. One of the junior devs, a brilliant female coder named Lisa, asks me a question about the legacy database. Actually, I say, that is a great question for the new senior advisor I just hired. The elevator doors open. Evan walks in. He is grinning. He has a consultancy contract with us now. Did someone say database? Evan asks. The room cheers. It feels like a family again. The next annual report comes out. David writes the foreword. He publicly apologizes for the previous administration's mistakes. He highlights the new policies. The headline in the industry news reads, Stratos Systems bounces back, how one whistleblower saved a toxic company. Veronica is still unemployed. Last I heard, she was facing her own lawsuits from other former employees at other companies. Her career is effectively over. She is radioactive in the industry. I go home to Alina. She is pregnant now. We are happy. I sleep soundly at night. I learned a valuable lesson. A company is not its brand. A company is not its stock price. A company is its people, and if you do not protect your people, you have nothing. I realized that being a company man does not mean blindly following orders. It means protecting the company from itself when it goes astray. Sometimes, you have to burn down the weeds to let the forest grow. I became the leader I always wanted to have, and it started by simply saying no to a bully in a tailored suit. Best decision of my life. The end. Bonus content. 3 years later. I am now the official vice president of operations. David is retiring. He recommends me to the board as the next CEO. The board is hesitant because I am too employee-focused. They worry I am soft. I walk into the board meeting. I present the numbers. Retention is at an all-time high. Recruitment costs are down because people are begging to work for us. Profit margins are up 30%. Customer satisfaction is perfect. Gentlemen, I say, treating people well is not charity, it is a business strategy. They vote unanimously. I become the CEO of Stratos Systems. My first act is to promote Lisa to my old job. My second act is to invite Marcus back as a board member. He accepts. We sit in the boardroom together, the same room where Veronica tried to destroy us. Marcus looks at the view. Long way from the garage, he says. Long way from the unemployment line, I reply. We drink a toast to the ones who stood their ground. Integrity pays dividends, karma is real, and Veronica, she is apparently working as a consultant for a failing retail chain. I send her a LinkedIn request just to see if she accepts. She blocks me. I laugh. Life is good. Be the change you want to see. Even if it costs you some sleep, it is worth it in the end.